We went out to Detroit, you know, we had a gig to go to, you know, so...
Rumors that LA is probably one of the most dangerous places for rappers. Do you believe that's true?
Yeah. Wow. Because, I mean, everybody be checking in. That's y'all favorite thing to do, check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass.
Right.
Well, they're cool. Hey, well, they're cool. They ain't gotta with me, but I ain't signing no permission slip nowhere. That ain't what I do. Hey, look, if you want to come, if you wanted to come politic, you could have came in politics. Hey, that's all good, big homie. They said he could have just came in politics. You know, that's what real niggas do. I ain't no peewee. But check out what I'm saying. I ain't no peewee though, so it don't go like that. It gotta be respect.
Try to glorify it. Ain't that? It's flaw. We know what flow when we deal with them in the streets. We know when flow. Like, we understand that they flow. We don't capitalize off their flawness though, because we'll capitalize off real.
Rappers are supposed to pay their dues when they visit a city, and this whole checking in scenario is causing a stir, especially in light of some spicily portrayed claims about Drake and his purported guardian in Houston, J. Prince. You may have heard that Drake attempted to prevent any rapper associated with Kendrick Lamar from performing in Houston, believing he had J. Prince's allegiance under control. But hey, what do you know? J. Prince, who has a reputation for being Houston's top dog, didn't exactly support him. Schoolboy Q intervened instead, showing no fear and essentially mocking Drake's ties to the mob. He also revealed that J. Prince was responsible for the passing of some of the biggest rappers, including Takeoff. When is Schoolboy Q performing live in Houston this month? That wasn't just a show either. This was a maneuver of power. He did more than just rap. By criticizing the entire check-in process and calling it out as an antiquated joke, he made a daring statement. To be honest, he makes a valid point. J. Prince is out here squeezing money out of his own people, still mired in these street games. Here's where it gets dark, though. There are rumors circulating that this little game of extortion may have even taken some lives. So, who has J. Prince been confiding in? And what is the true story behind this drama around extortion? For a moment, let's take it back. The origins of this industry of extortion? You have to travel back in time to Italy in the 18th century, when the mafia was the first pay-up-or-else crew. Cities like Chicago, New York, and Philadelphia were under their control when they arrived in the US and were always afraid of these shakedowns. Of course, organized crime and street gangs in the United States took note. Extortion eventually developed into a sinister undercurrent in hip-hop culture. Rap was making a lot of money, so these groups wanted a piece of the action. These days, extortion is nearly ingrained in hip-hop culture. Not even the greatest stars were able to avoid it. Consider Tupac as an example. 2011 saw the shocking disclosure of FBI papers showing that Tupac and other legendary rappers like Eazy were being blackmailed by the Jewish Defense League. The federal authorities claimed that the JDL was endangering the lives of these artists and then intervening to offer protection in exchange for money. It resembled a convoluted insurance scheme, except the threats of death. How about Eazy-E? He was also a target. The FBI even speculated that Tupac may have been the target of these threats before to his untimely death from AIDS. Rappers are being forced to check in whenever they roll into a new city by street gangs, who are still engaged in the same old game. Making sure these performers can move about safely without getting jacked or worse is the main goal. In exchange, the rappers allow local artists to open for them at performances or pay up some cash for security. It resembles purchasing a hood pass. However, sometimes the cost is more than money. Your life might be at stake. Let's now examine a few of the well-known figures who have become entangled in this web. Recall the suspicious incident involving Kanye West in Philadelphia? He was just getting something to eat at a diner with several friends when some dubious guys arrived. Not even a food order was placed. They did nothing but sit and observe him. Though Kanye had to hide and put away his jewelry, things were becoming heated. That's when the Broad Street bully, Beanie Sigel, intervened and changed the situation. Beanie did not simply appear, he was very clear in saying that nobody would meddle with Kanye while he was in charge.
He started to get kind of nervous, and he called you up.
No, he didn't call me up personally.
Well, somehow it got you.
You know, two ways you could put out the blast. It could go to everybody who was, he put the blast out that he felt threatened.
Right.
Yeah.
You showed up.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, you let them know that nothing was gonna happen to Kanye.
Nah.
That's not how it went down.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, nothing was gonna happen to him. Not while I was there.
But wait until you hear about Detroit if you think Philly is tough. Trick is the reason why the Motor City functions on a whole different level. Raptors entering Detroit had better know where the no-fly zone is. Trick established the guidelines. Pay your dues and treat others with respect, or you won't be performing in his city. He spilled the tea on the Drink Champs podcast. In the old days, record labels would visit Detroit and take advantage of the city's talent to extract money from local musicians. Trick refused to accept it. He put an end to that, making sure residents were the only ones profiting from Detroit's scene. Trick wasn't playing around, as anyone brave enough to test the no-fly zone soon discovered.
Trick, because I don't understand, what is the no-fly zone? What does that mean? Because I've come to Detroit and had marvelous times.
We shot movies together.
But what is this no-fly zone mean?
It was for record labels.
Okay.
When record labels used to have like street teams, and that was back in the A&R days. You know, they would have a promo team, take the artists. You know, A&R take the artists to different locations, and it was like they were just coming to Detroit and wasn't picking up nothing. It was like they would charge the local artists to perform. They would charge the local artists to perform, and the local artists would bring 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people sometimes to this event that will pay to get in. It's like, how is you charging them and they bringing you revenue?
Wow.
You know, and then, you know, when it kept happening with the little homies and they was just doing it because they got money, like, you know, that, man.
Meaning paying to get on
it was just so much.
Their own stage, technically.
Exactly. Right. And it was radio as well. Like, you know, the Summer Jams events didn't consist of mostly Detroit artists. They consist of everybody from everywhere else, and the Detroit artists would get charged.
Wow.
And I was like, that. Stop everything. Now the only entertainment around this gonna be what's here.
Right.
So we're gonna get acquainted with what we got around these corners, and then we'll start letting a few trinklets in one at a time. And if anybody violated, we'll deal with that accordingly.
Right.
Ask Rick Ross. He learned the hard way just how serious the no-fly zone is. Trick wasn't playing tricks, as Ross discovered the hard way when he attempted to perform in Detroit without giving his due attention. Ross was not allowed to enter the venue after his event was postponed. This was a maneuver of power, just a friendly reminder that in some cities, you have to play by the rules or not play at all. Ross brushed down the event when asked about it, saying it was simply another day. When his squad arrived first, the location was padlocked, as if a confrontation was about to break out.
We went out to Detroit, you know, we had a gig to go to, you know, so the team head over, you know, to the gig. And, you know, I got my team, so my team is always in front of me, you know, just to make it clear. I never even made it to the venue.
Okay.
I never made it to the venue. Me and whoever this gentleman is, we never crossed paths. He never spoke with Rose. And I expect him to clarify that. I expect him, you know, to tell y'all, we never talked to Rose, we never spoke to MG. But anyway, you know, the caravan on the way to the venue, and, you know, they get there and someone has locked the gates to the venue. Padlocked or however they did it, the gate was locked. It was gentlemen supposed to be here. This I didn't see myself.
Okay.
It was supposed to be gentlemen here who were talking with the police, and it was very peaceful. Okay. You know, for my team that made it, you know,
there before you.
Right. You know, they didn't even know it was a problem, you know. And you know, that's the promoter's job, you know what I mean? So
Ross never confronted the so-called enforcers because he thought they would finally own up to the fact that they lacked the courage to face him. Ross, meantime, relaxed at Greektown Casino while he waited for the promoter to resolve the situation. But instead of clarification, Ross was told that a gang was showing off their strength. He waited for someone to end the conversation, but he let it continue. However, when that failed, Ross took charge and resolved the issue on his own. This is the crazy part. Ross received his bag, likely a large one, but was unable to get over his fans' disappointment at being left waiting at a locked gate. It wasn't personal to Ross, it was merely business. Nevertheless, something seemed off to him. Why keep the lions inside if your goal is to demonstrate your toughness? Ross gave a great summary of it.
You know, so for whatever reason they did this, I don't understand it. Because if it's somebody that's supposed to be from the jungle, in the jungle you don't lock the lions out. You let the lions in and lock them in. That's when you get your confrontation, if that's what you want, and that's when you get your...
It's time to move to DaBaby now. He ended up in a similar situation, but he chose an entirely different path. DaBaby, who is renowned for never back down, was being tested by a local gang when he was filming a music video in East Atlanta.
I don't know nothing I ain't get told about. Nah, ain't none of that going on. Look, like I say, I with all the little youngers out there. That's cool. But they're cool. Hey, well, they're cool. They ain't gotta fuck with me, but I ain't signing no permission slip nowhere. That ain't what I do. Hey, look. If you wanted to come politic, you could have came in politic. Hey, that's all good, big homie. They said he could have just came in politic. You know, that what real do. I ain't no peewee. But check out what I'm saying. I ain't no peewee though, so it don't go like that. It gotta be respect.
DaBaby was right in the heart of the venue, in contrast to Ross, who never made it there at all. However, DaBaby, it was not going to tell him where he was allowed or not allowed to go. DaBaby refused to back down and made it clear that he had no intention of starting. It was tense. However, DaBaby ultimately left with his dignity unharmed, demonstrating that he is a dangerous man. What's the lesson learned? When local forces tried to flex, Ross and DaBaby faced them head-on, but their responses were completely different. Ross acted calmly, waiting for someone else to tidy up, but DaBaby confronted him head-on and wouldn't back down. Two distinct styles, yet they both serve as a reminder that respect isn't given freely in the cutthroat world of hip-hop. It's something you have to work for and occasionally earn. On Vlad TV, DaBaby revealed all about a near miss that could have quickly gone wrong.
So many cameras around, I doubt anything would have happened. But then again, people do act stupid. And you know, egos come into play and so forth. Did you feel that it could have gone wrong?
Yeah, your guy was on their side. Your guy was on their side, you know what I mean? It worked out perfect for him. You know, it worked out perfect for him. I really had just ordered, like, you seen like that film, like all them people out there, like the film crew. Yeah, I had just came down, it was just me and my brother. But I had just ordered like pieces for like the whole film crew, so everybody could, you know, and everybody could eat it. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, go grab the pieces and shit. But I went to grab the pieces for the whole film crew. And like, I had on like little shorts, so, you know, I had to lighten up.
As he described the incident, his smile was practically visible. Think about it. Everyone is trying to look professional, and there are cameras all over the place. However, with skyscraper-sized egos at stake, who knows what would have exploded? DaBaby maintained his composure, but it was obvious he knew that things could have gone horribly wrong. And then there's J Prince, Drake's go-to man for street backing and a Houston native. Although his name has long been associated with dubious activities, he has recently been in the news for all the wrong reasons. Similar to the July 2020 NBA YoungBoys crib hacking incident in Houston, everyone perceived J Prince's public offer to return the pilfered items as a somewhat overt display of power.
I got a call, you know what I mean, because the little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and you know, I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right, because they understand that, you know what I mean, young boy family is okay with it. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that shit that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie? You got your Rolls Royce umbrellas.
However, NBA YoungBoy wasn't present. He took to Instagram Live to express his exact feelings to J Prince regarding the public antics.
I ain't no friends, I ain't no new relationships. All that pussy shit, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty of around me you could call. Man, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no f***ing publicity, none of that pussy ain't. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your business, man.
Not to be forgotten is the sad story of Takeoff from Migos, who was shot and killed in Houston while purportedly under the care of Jazz Prince, the son of J Prince. Ever since, fans have been speculating nonstop. thinking Kendrick Lamar may have made a dig at the Prince family in his diss tune, Euphoria. In a cunning move, Kendrick appeared to be cautioning J. Prince not to become involved in his disagreement with Drake, should his kid be found out. Though the rumors are true, what is the reality? That remains to be determined. Kendrick's TDE family, Schoolboy Q, wasn't around for any of this crap about checking in. He called it out as the joke that it is. He finds it incomprehensible that, while touring a place, rappers feel compelled to get close to individuals they hardly know.
Most dangerous places for rappers. Do you believe that's true?
Yeah. Because, I mean, everybody be checking in. That's your favorite thing to do. Check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid.
Right.
Wow.
Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know in California got your back? The guy that got beef with other hoods and all this, you checking into that dude?
Right.
Bro, just go to the hotel, get you something to eat, go back to the hotel.
Do your business.
Go have some fun.
Right.
Why do you want to go over there?
Right.
For what?
Right.
Don't call me.
Right.
Oh, it said motherfuckers be having a nerve to call me sometime. Like,
His fans agreed, stating that check-in culture is beyond foolish, and that at last a rapper is sensible. Another stated, Schoolboy knows exactly how this works because he grew up in a LA gang. He seemed to have distanced himself from the gang lifestyle and even stated that not recording a song with rival hood member Nipsey Hussle was his greatest regret. Rumor has it that Drake attempted to pull a fast one on Schoolboy Q by allegedly getting 2 of his Canadian performances canceled, believing he had Houston covered courtesy to J. Prince. However, the identical stunt backfired when he attempted it in Houston. It appears that J. Prince had lost interest in playing Drake's games. Schoolboy Q dazzled the crowded House of Blues in Houston on August 3rd with his performance. Admirers, Drake was swiftly criticized by them for believing he could rule Houston from the Great White North. In the meantime, J. Prince is drawing criticism for continuing to adopt a tough man persona. What do you think, though? Is J. Prince going to hang up his boots, or is he still living that life? Did Drake truly believe he could prevent TDE from entering Houston? Share your opinions in the comments section. I'm excited to hear what you think. Don't forget to click this like and subscribe, so you won't wish to miss the following.